Hello, my name is David Gibson, and I am a clean energy guru. Renewable energy is the future, which is why I dedicate my career towards advocating and educating the community about efficiency, renewable energy, and the power of sunshine. I have a degree in civil and environmental engineering from Worcester Polytechnic Institute, and I am a certified energy manager through the Association of Energy Engineers and a lead accredited professional for building design and construction through the U.S. Green Building Council. For more than a year and a half, I implemented energy efficiency programs for residential, commercial, and public buildings statewide for the Nevada Governor's Office of Energy. I've spent the last 7 years integrating and educating about energy efficiency and renewable energy solutions across Nevada. We enjoy over 250 days of sunshine each year, which makes an incredible renewable energy source. Investing in clean energy not only makes sense for our environment, but also for every resident's bottom line and the state's economy. That may sound overly optimistic, but I can prove it using my home as an example. I bought my house here in Reno in 2011. It was built in the 1950s and is like any other home in this neighborhood, except for one main difference. With the improvements that I've made, it is net zero energy. My home produces as much energy each year as we consume. So in other words, my power bill is $0, or in the case of last month, negative $3. In order to achieve net zero energy consumption, I had an energy audit performed on my house to pinpoint the problematic areas like the attic and crawl space. Then I added LED light bulbs, low-flow shower heads, a clothesline, a programmable thermostat, an efficient refrigerator, sealed and insulated the attic, crawl space, ductwork, and garage, installed a solar attic fan, a solar hot water heater, a solar PV array, and a ground source heat pump for heating and cooling. That may sound overwhelming, so let's break it down. There are many small investments you can make right now that will improve the efficiency of your house and lower your power bill. Let's take a look at a few. One of the easiest investments you can make today is replacing all of the incandescent light bulbs in your home with these energy efficient LED bulbs. These LED light bulbs use 5 times less energy than an incandescent and last 20 times longer. Looking at the numbers, replacing the lights throughout my home with efficient LED bulbs initially cost me $100. This saves me $10 a month off my electric bill for a total of $120 in savings each year. Investing $100 into LEDs yields a 120% return on investment. Over the course of 5 years, this equals $500 in net savings. Another easy improvement that you can make today is installing these high-efficiency 1.5 gallon per minute shower heads. These shower heads will save an average family 10,000 gallons of water per year, plus all the energy it takes to heat that water. Low-flow shower heads initially cost me $20. With this improvement, I am able to save $5 a month for electricity and water. This saves me $60 a year, which is a 300% return on investment. Programming your thermostat to adjust the temperature while you are sleeping or away at work is critically important. For every 1 degree that you can set the temperature back, you'll reduce energy consumption by 3 to 5%. I program my thermostat to set back 8 degrees while I'm asleep or at work. This ensures my home is comfortable when I'm doing things around the house, but not wasting energy when I don't need it. So far, each of these efficiency improvements have a low initial cost. Let's look at some bigger investments you can make to bring your home closer to net zero energy. For my house, air sealing around the chimney, throughout the attic, in electrical penetrations, and along the edges of the crawl space was needed to prevent all the valuable hot and cold air from escaping. This results in less energy to heat the house in winter and to cool the house in summer. Up here in the attic, you can see that we've added a layer of cellulose insulation. Underneath the insulation, we sealed all the air leaks. It's important to air seal before you insulate because the insulation won't work properly if air passes through it. We're down in my crawl space where we made several improvements. This included putting a vapor barrier down to prevent the moisture in the ground from entering the house and sealing and insulating the stem walls to keep a comfortable temperature all year round. Now that we've reduced our energy consumption through efficiency, it's easier to produce what we need with renewable energy. These solar hot water panels were manufactured locally in Sparks by Sunvelope Solar. They have a solar-powered pump that circulates the water through them, and the sunshine heats the water directly. The water heater still has an electric element for backup, but I turn off the electricity for most of the year, so that right now, all our hot water comes from the sun. On a nice day like this, we'll have 80 gallons of water heated up to 130 degrees. Plenty of hot water for showers and washing dishes. This solar photovoltaic array generates direct current electricity. That electricity flows through the inverter, which inverts it into alternating current so that it can be used by the appliances inside our house. When we produce excess electricity, it flows into the electrical grid, and we receive credits from the utility for this excess. The utility sells this electricity to our neighbors, so all of it gets used. This array will produce 6,000 kilowatt hours each year, enough to power our entire home, including heating and cooling. The ground source heat pump has long loops of pipe coiled underground. Once you are 5 feet underground, the earth maintains a stable temperature all year round. In my backyard, we buried 3,000 feet of coiled pipe to exchange heat with the earth. Heat is moved between the ground loop and our house using the refrigeration cycle, the same way your refrigerator works. Unlike your kitchen fridge, the heat pump can work in either direction, so it both heats our house in the winter and cools it in the summer. The ground source heat pump is a clean alternative to a heating oil, natural gas, or propane furnace. Altogether, the efficiency and renewable energy improvements that I've made have brought the house down to net zero energy. These improvements had a net cost of $42,500. However, the annual energy savings is $5,000, so I can expect to see my investment recouped in 8.5 years. In economic terms, this is a simple return on investment of 11.5%. To top it off, in the last 5 years, my home has tripled in value, much of which can be attributed to my investments in efficiency and renewable energy. That's just for my house. Can you imagine if we adopted a similar energy strategy statewide? Every home, business, and public building should take steps toward net zero energy, starting with efficiency. For example, lighting makes up 10% of our electric consumption statewide. If we upgrade all of our lights to LEDs, we can save $150 million every year. If each home in Nevada installs low-flow shower heads, we could save 7 billion gallons of hot water every year and more than $50 million on the energy used to heat that water. Statewide, improving efficiency can reduce the energy consumption in our buildings by at least 25%. This would reduce our fossil fuel imports by $750 million every year. One of the biggest barriers is lack of financing for the upfront costs of energy projects. As a state, we need to enable financing for homes and businesses to pay for efficiency and renewable energy projects. This will save everyone money, improve our economy, and create jobs. Nevada spends $8 billion importing fossil fuels from out of state every year. All of this money leaves our state economy never to be seen again. Most of that cost is for the transportation sector. Transitioning to electric vehicles and building high-quality public transit will significantly reduce or eliminate that oil consumption, as well as the pollution, ozone, and smog it creates. I drive a Nissan Leaf electric car, which gets the equivalent of 120 miles per gallon. If every household in Nevada switches just one car to an electric vehicle, we could cut our oil consumption in half, saving $3 billion every year. We should build light rail in our urban areas, connecting our residential neighborhoods to our businesses and schools. At the same time, we should build a high-speed rail network to connect northern and southern Nevada, transporting goods and people at 200 miles per hour or faster. This could be the backbone for a 21st century West Coast transit system, connecting all the way from Canada to Mexico. This would reduce carbon emissions, air pollution, and traffic accidents while helping Nevada's logistics and warehousing industry. Best of all, this could be powered by Nevada sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, Nevada receives enough that we could power the entire US electrical grid. Our 5 neighboring states, California, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, and Arizona, spend nearly $200 billion on energy each year. If we were to provide each of them with just 10% of the energy they consume, That's a $20 billion export market. Retaining the $8 billion we spend importing fossil fuels each year will create more than 100,000 jobs across Nevada. Just think how many more would be created if we were exporting clean energy as well. Where would we put it all? We can start by covering our rooftops, parking lots, and other disturbed land like landfills with solar arrays. Another option could also help solve the drought. Each year, over 150 billion gallons of water evaporates off of Lake Mead, which is more than Nevada consumes from the Colorado River. What would happen if we covered half of Lake Mead in floating solar arrays? By my calculations, this would produce more energy than all the coal and natural gas power plants in Nevada. Could we reduce evaporation enough to replenish the lake level? This would provide more water for fish, wildlife, and recreation. So what can you do? Change your light bulbs to LEDs and your shower head to a low flow model today. Hire a licensed energy auditor to see what other improvements you can make at home. Talk with your school or business about the things they can do to save energy, and contact your elected officials to let them know that this is the future you want for Nevada. And please share this video with your friends and family. With your help, Nevada can lead the nation to a prosperous clean energy future powered by sunshine.